All right, welcome back. So, as usual, trying to help you out with some SolidWorks tasks. Today, I thought it would be a good idea to review how to set up one of your most basic drawing templates, how to edit drawing templates and prepare to use them for drawing creation. So, um, I find it easiest to start by having a part, even if it's nothing but a simple block. So, I will start with a simple block. So we're obviously always wanting to keep a good habit of making fully defined sketches, even if it's for the trash can. So it's not a cube, but it is a block. We always want to set a material. We'll set it to something that kind of makes sense. So we'll go to the edit material, and let's say we want to machine this out of an aluminum alloy, and what we find laying around the shop most of the time is some 6061 T6. Okay, so gonna, gonna be creating drawings from your parts. One easy way to make sure your information that you want in the title block of your drawing makes it there is to go ahead and put that information in the file properties of the part. So we'll go to the file properties, custom, and in here we will fill out four things. One is description. Okay, it is for a drawing, so we had better go ahead and capitalize. So we're going to go ahead and name our block and our part, and then we will set a material, which we can link to the material we already set by selecting it in the pull down here under value. Weight, we can do the same thing. We want our weight on our drawing, so we will link it to the mass. And then typically you want to put a finish. And this one we're going to say no, this is just junk anyway. So we're going to say as machined. Hopefully they'll give us a, if we were making this for real, we would get a nice clean block. So, all right, we would need to save it. Where we're going to save it, I have not set up a space for it yet. Let me do that real quick over on the other screen. My apologies. So, one sec. Okay, so I'm going to put this in folder. I'm saving it. Okay, so save the part. We have set file properties for the part. That's important. These four things: description, material, weight, and finish. So now this time, since we don't have a template made, we're going to create a new part. A new drawing, my apologies. New drawing. ANSI landscape is very common because you can print it on any printer. All right, once you start a new drawing, if you have models open, it's going to show you what models are open. So you can place your first model view, which you'll only place one model view. And let's place whatever view here, front, top, right, that you deem to be most descriptive, you can use as your front view. Doesn't really matter. You do want to show your hidden lines, which we don't have. And then you want to project your three standard views and your isometric. So you got a front, project a right, project a top, and project an isometric. All right. Now the goal of this was not to show you how to lay out a drawing, but it was to show you how to edit your drawing sheet. But for the sake of all of our engineering type OCDs, we will go ahead and modify this a little bit by changing our scale so that we can feel a little bit better about the situation. Okay, that wasn't the focus here. The focus was the title block. Now you notice that what came in here, the drawing number came in here because it's planning on saving this sheet with that same number. That's actually the file name is what gets saved in this area because proper use of CAD is to save it with the part number. Okay. The title is our description. Finish and material came in. Okay. We're going to clean up the rest of this. So if we edit our sheet format, so right click on your sheet, edit sheet format. Let's just work our way through this. First thing, drawing number. Double click that. And for some reason it popped up on my other screen. Here's our formatting tool. We're going to drop this down to a size that's more suitable. You'll change it to whatever size you need to fit your drawing number in this block. I don't see any reason for it to be any bigger than 14-point font. You can read the rest of this at 10-point font. You should be able to read that at 14-point font, right? Same thing here. I feel like it's yelling at us, so let's stop yelling. Let's drop this down to maybe a 16-point font. I'm going to left justify mine as well. Okay, so 16-point, left justified. And then I'm going to slide it over here where it belongs. All right. Escape key gets us out of anything we're actively doing. We'd like to put our company name here, who drew it, the date. We'll do that through the file properties of the drawing, but let's finish working through the editing the sheet format. This stuff here, this area is pretty standard of just about any drawing that you'll see. Okay. Some will have more, but few will have less. Okay. Maybe the manufacturing approval or QA, there's going to be variations of this, but at least this stuff is pretty much standard. Okay. Over here, this is going to be a little bit more company specific. This used on what assembly it goes into. Some companies like using this, but I don't see it much. So for the sake of space and time, learning basic drawings, I don't see much value here. So I'm going to use my trim tool in the sketch tab, and I'm going to just go ahead and trim all these lines off. And then I'm going to press and hold my left mouse button to swipe across all of this to grab it all and delete it. Now, if you're doing something that you feel like is proprietary, confidential, sure, edit this, keep it, right? But for the sake of learning how to do drawings, I don't see it adding value, so I'm just going to use that space for our drawings. Okay. Once you have most of that stuff done, you can go back to your sheet format. Okay. It's a good idea. Now that I look at it, it's a good idea to also do your tolerances. So again, to edit your sheet format, which is behind the sheet, right click, edit sheet format. And this is just text. So we can just double click this and we can put in whatever tolerances we think is important. So degrees would be a symbol, hiding behind the symbol. Button here is degrees. I don't know why I put that. I'm going to go 0.2 degrees. And I'm going to say 1 degree on bent. That's pretty generous, depending on the size of the parts that you're dealing with. So let's see. 2-place decimal, let's go with 10 thousandths, and 3-place decimal, 5 thousandths is very common. So we'll just stick with that for now. All right. So now we have the title block. As much as we need to manually edit it. Now, as far as filling in these other things, we can do that through the file properties. Okay. Now we did file properties in the part, right? This is the drawing. File properties for the drawing. We only have a few things we need to do. We need to handle company name. Not sure why this isn't in alphabetical order, but it's not. So company name, and I'm just going to call this, hey, Acre. Okay. And then I'm going to go down here to drawn by. Acre do this one. Do we trust that guy? I don't know. Drawn date. Drawn date would be whatever, let's say 3/18, 2024. Man, this guy, Acre, he doesn't know how to type. 3/18 of 24. Okay. I click OK there, or OK done, whatever. It fills it in. I don't like the yelling. I'm gonna edit my sheet format and drop this size down a little bit too. My formatting. I must be on my secondary screen here. So let's see. Maybe I should just strike that out, huh? That would be more appropriate, wouldn't it? All right, done. I still don't know that I like it, but play with it until you figure it out. All right, so there we go. Company name, some type of description of your part, the file name or part number, who drew it, when they draw it, updating the tolerances, tolerance block. This is your tolerance block, of course, and then material and finish. That sets up your title block. Now, hit my F button, F key gives me a full screen. Now you would save. You want to save it the same location as the part. You want to keep them all together. Now, you have a couple options. If you want to make it a template, if you're working on your own machine, not on some type of network system that belongs to somebody else, then you can just save it as a template and reuse it. If you're doing so, you would just highlight all the drawing views and delete them, and then complete a save as, and you can, and there's a pull down for your type, and say make your file type a drawing template, DRW DOT. So your save as type would be a drawing template. If you're saving it for yourself and you're just going to open it and recycle it, then you can just save it as a part file and just name it something generic. Just don't lose it. All right. Now, let's see if there's anything else. So this block, let me pause here for a second. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up creating a drawing template. You do it your way, you name it your way. Uh, you may need more or less information, but the basics is here. Edit a sheet format. If you need to add blocks, you can add lines, right? You can add text. whatever, you can see I use nonsense a lot to get the point across. Oh no, I accidentally tagged that to an existing line, so I need to make this horizontal, and drag it back up where it belongs. Under defined sketches, everywhere we go, we run across these things, don't we? Okay. Whatever, I'm just showing you that you can modify things. You can add extra. So if I undo what I just did, I could highlight this and I can link it. If you want to create your own links to properties, you can come in here and you can find link to a property of the current file or the model that you have in there. Okay. And so whatever property names can be found in there, you could link it and it'll automatically pull that data. All right. But for the fundamentals, very basics, this should cover us. All right. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or have any other ideas of things that you would like to have videos on, please let me know. Comment, like, follow, and until next time, thank you very much.